clown of the town for Friday, June 5th is none other than Candace Owens. Now, Candace is a 31-year-old political activist who graduated from the University of, I believe it was Stanford. She has been known to be a flip-flopper, you know what I mean? First, she was heavily against Donald Trump, and then she became a heavy supporter of Donald Trump, just like a light switch. You understand what I'm saying? She has criticized movements like Black Lives Matter. She has denounced the Democratic Party, and she says that, you know, blacks have been held up by their own people. And mind you, Candace Owens is a black person, man. Candace Owens, in my opinion, is a despicable person. She goes out of her way to call out black people on certain things, but she does not do the same thing when a white person is involved in something, man. Candace Owens recently went out of her way to make some very, very disturbing comments about George Floyd and the murder of George Floyd. Candace Owens, you know, first of all, let me tell you this. I've been hearing about Candace Owens for a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who the fuck is Candace Owens? Candace Owens. There's always some controversy about this broad Candace Owens. You understand what I'm saying? And it always got something to do with her degrading black people, saying that, you know, black people were better off during Jim Crow than they are in 2020. You know what I mean? How ludicrous is that? That just tells you the type of mind frame of this chick, Candace Owens, man. Now, as far as George Floyd, man, she has went on a smear campaign to smear George Floyd's name. The first thing she said was George Floyd was not a good person. Okay. What does him being a good person having to do with him being murdered by the police department? You understand what I'm saying? I don't care if you were a serial killer. You don't deserve to be judged and executed by the police who are sworn to protect you. You understand what I'm saying? There's a process, you know, it's called due process, man. You have to be, you know, go to court and all those things, man. You know what I mean? And that leads to the second comment she made, that George Floyd was committing a crime. We don't know if he was committing a crime because Derek Chauvin chose to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner. You know, so we will never know the real details of what happened. You know what I'm saying? Bills pass through people's hands every day. You may not even know. There was a time where I had a counterfeit bill. I didn't even know it. You know what I mean? Bills pass through people's hands how many times a day? How many millions of people touch the same money? You know, and she just automatically assuming that George Floyd knew about this counterfeit bill or check or whatever it was. You know what I mean? So I didn't dig that. And, you know, another thing that she just keep bringing up is that George Floyd was on drugs, saying that he had fentanyl in the system, methamphetamine in the system, and because of that, that's what led to his death, not the police having his knee on his neck for 8 minutes. Let me ask you this, Candace. If George Floyd had not had an encounter with Derek Chauvin and the rest of his henchmen, would he have died that day? Do you think he would just fell over that day? Or did he die as a result of the encounter he had with Derek Chauvin putting his knee in the back of his neck? Tell me that. You understand what I'm saying? And the fourth thing that she said that is just totally, I do mean totally ludicrous is that police racism is made up. Kind of sounds like Polly Malignaggi, man. You know, police racism is made up. I mean, do I need to go into detail about that? I mean, everybody in their mammy is on TV talking about, you know, that very thing, police racism. You know, everybody's aware that, you know, black people are unfairly treated in this country, for that matter, around the world. And for her as a black woman, to call herself a black woman, to sit up there and say the things that she has said, I mean, this is the ultimate coon. You know, she is the ultimate coon and deserves the Coon of the Decade award, man. Candace Owens, you are disgusting. You are a poor excuse of a black woman, man. We have so many beautiful black queens that do very good things that nobody talks about, man. And then you got this beast of a woman who comes out here and digs up things that has no relevance to the death of George Floyd. What are you digging for? What does any of that have to do with this man being killed? With the police having his knee on his neck for 8 to 9 minutes? His past does not have nothing to do with that. Everybody watch the video. I have not seen any video where Derek Floyd was resisting arrest. I haven't seen it. You know, I seen the police being very rough with George Floyd, threw him down to the ground, and after that they killed him. They murdered him in broad daylight with onlookers looking on. Everybody's looking, recording, and they don't care. They do not care. And that's the scary part about it, man. You know, police used to try to hide and do these things. Now they know they got a camera on them, and they still don't care. That's scary, man. That's some scary shit. You understand what I'm saying? You know, wake up, man. Wake up, Candace Owens. You know, but people like her will eventually get what they got coming to her, man. And I don't think she got anything good coming to her. She will, you know, she won't have no good luck, man. You know, by trying to bring down her own people for the benefit of her own popularity. I think it's foolish. So for all the terms that I have stated in this video, Candace Owens, you are the clown of the town.